I also heard back, it was something that happened back in the day that Steve Martin was once considered to voice Goofy. I want to know
That
your thoughts on that and like, how do you think the voice would have like, how it would have been if he
oh
had taken the role?
Oh, we went through a whole different thing with a Goofy movie. Jeffrey Katzenberg, who produced the movie and kind of came up with the whole idea, thought that maybe it would be better for me to sound more like Max, to change the Goofy voice to sound more like a real person, to get that emotional, side of Goofy that we hadn't had before. And then they thought, well, celebrities have box office appeal, so why not get someone else? And they thought of Steve Martin and I think Jim Varney and stuff. But no, that was an idea, and I'm glad they didn't go that way. So I was sweating it when I was asked to record some in my own voice, in this voice. Hi, Max, how are you? And I was thinking, this is terrible. It's going to be horrible. So, but after they listened to it, they figured out, Goofy's got to be Goofy. And so we went back and redid all the lines and made it the way it should be.
Well, this is my thing, right? I know, like, Mickey Mouse and these Disney movies or shows, they're made, yeah, they're made for kids, but I don't look at it like that either. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there that people like myself or parents or anybody can relate to, and like, it is very sentimental in many ways. Like, I know there's a lot of things that, especially for the Goofy movie, right? You watch and you feel emotions, right? That, when you're a kid, maybe you look at it through a different lens.
Oh,
You go, oh, this is just a fun, goofy movie, right? But when you're an adult, you look at it through a different lens. And I feel like whether you're doing it in a goofy voice, that doesn't change the message of the film. You know what I mean?
right. No, yeah, we added layers that we'd never given to Goofy before. He never really had to be a nurturing father and scared for what's going to happen to Max, and oh, he's going to get in trouble, and I got to take him on this trip to kind of have a buddy day with him, and he wanted to be a part of Max's life. A lot of more emotional, kind of grown up feelings, but we had to kind of also have the typical Goofy in there, the silly Goofy as well, to keep it grounded and not change the character too much. So we added to the character rather than changed him. And everyone, even Goofy, can get sad and lonely and mad and all of that. It's just we've never really had to do that before. So that was a kind of a stretch for the character and a little bit difficult for me to add those emotions because he'd never had those before.
Yeah, well, it's a learning process, right? Those learning curves, I feel like once you overcome that, that's what makes you a better performer and you learn more about the character. But it's a life lesson too, right? Because you don't want to be just doing
Yeah,
something you're always comfortable with. You need to take on challenges to better yourself. Otherwise, what's the point of
absolutely.
being in this industry? Because the industry is always changing. You have to learn to adapt, grow, and do things that's out of your comfort zone, I think.
Right. Yeah, you got to push the envelope a little bit. And in that case, it came back and it is so popular. It's kind of funny. A lot of people come up to me now and they said, when I was a kid, I kind of sided with Max, and now I've got kids and I'm older. Now I side with Goofy. So, there's a point of view for whatever group's watching the movie.
That's what I was saying before, right? You look at it through a different lens. When you're a kid, you're probably on Max's side, like, oh, look at this. Like, I want to
Yeah.
just be like him. Like, why does Goofy have to be like that? And then you watch it when you're an adult, you go, now I understand. Now
Yeah.
you
Now I
understand.
get it. Yeah. Now I got kids. I get it.
Yeah, there you go.